Wow, it's been such a long time. Welcome back to the Fast Lane Lifestyle. I'm Asafa Powell.
And I am Alicia Powell. But if you're watching this and, listening as well, let me just get this out there. If you're seeing that I have some pimple patches on, yes, I do. Okay, so mind your business. Anyway, they're right
Man,
there,
this is
okay?
all man, we've been silent on the podcast for a while. And we decided to take a break, a well needed break, from the podcast. So now we're back. We're in a new space we actually created in this space for the podcast. And it look like a lot of people come here and say it look like foreign.
Yeah, and I have to say
The space
shout
look good.
out to our team at Title League for helping us create this
Mm-hmm.
amazing space. And as much I wanted to touch on when you said we took a much needed break. I mean, we took a break, but also life was lifing. There
Mm-hmm.
was so many
Yes.
major reasons as to why we took the time off. My mom wasn't feeling too well. Like I said earlier, I had aired out her business. Not said earlier, but something else we did.
On
So I
you
would
on
on our
the live that we did.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
would eventually want to have a sit down with her, and if she's ready to talk about it, then we can talk about it. But she was battling I don't want to say life threatening disease, but obviously it's something when it happens to you, you're scared.
Life
So
threatening, life threatening.
right. So we
Mm-hmm.
had to kind of like 10 toes down, figure it out, sort out. As well as season one, we had like 30 something episodes. And truth be
Mm-hmm.
told, we were
Burnt out.
burnt out. And I think that was a lesson for us in terms of like balance, knowing that season two, there's a maximum and minimum amount of episodes that we can do. And I think this is even just to anyone that's listening as a content creator or anyone that's looking to get into content is like, the balancing act, like we were kind of like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing and scheduling things so that you avoid burnout, because there's still real life happening. Like we're a family, we're married,
Mm-hmm.
kids, people get sick, all of that. So make sure you prioritize balance in everything in life.
Yeah, man. We always try to be. I don't know, try, but we're always as real, as it
Yeah.
gets. So we don't on this podcast. We kind of just hear out everything. We speak. Our mind. We speak the truth. So like Alicia said, it was a it's a well needed break
Yeah.
because we with your mom and stuff, it was it's the first time something like that, is happening, and we had to really, make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to take a break from everything and focus on that, put all our focus on that. And
Yes.
it's been going
Yeah.
great. We the last time we did a podcast was 2023. No, it's
Right.
we
Were we
went.
missed?
Yeah, man, we went to Ghana. Went to
Yeah,
Ghana
life
for the
update.
entire December. And can I tell you, I don't want no more dirty December.
It's not dirty. Get
Dirty.
the accent right. Dirty
Dirty.
December. Dirty.
Dirty. Jamaican style. Dirty December.
My dear, it's dirty.
Man, guys, listen to me, man. That was a lot. That was a lot. I couldn't even keep up. And I'm normally, I think it's the driving that wore me
Yeah.
out a bit, and then we're on the road in the morning and
I mean,
driving tired me out. And then we
yeah.
get back to the house, then we have to get ready to go. Oh, listen, man, every day. It's
I
a lot.
mean,
It was a lot.
also Ghana, like Accra itself is like obviously in West Africa, it's not the biggest. I know Nigeria is very big,
Mm-hmm.
but compared to Jamaica, it's big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Accra itself. So if you're going from one point to the other, it's a lot, and then a lot of constructions happening. A lot of traffic. So a lot of people are on the road, and December is jammed packed. It's like everyone's down there because we've been there a few times, not in December. And of course, traffic existed, but it was like on a different level.
Man, 10,
People,
11 o'clock in the night, still traffic.
yeah, because people are partying from 9 8, 9 p.m. all the way until like 9 a.m. So my mom used to always make this joke to Asaf and I that we would be going out having fun here, and she would look at me and say, guess what? You and Asaf are not doing anything. Me and your dad, we used to party from sun up to sunrise. So now I fully understand what what that means
Well,
by
I'm not
that.
about that life. I'm
What
fine.
she meant by that.
I need to sleep. I don't
But
need to see the sun going down and the sun and the sunrise. I need to wake up and when the sun already up.
but it was also very beautiful for me to watch one of my very close friends. She watched me get married and she was part of my bridesmaid, and then I got to watch her get married in
Mm-hmm.
December. Brought tears to my eyes. I mean, my friends know me as the one that's not really like emotional. But I think
Mm-hmm.
as I'm getting older, it's kind of changing. Like I'm becoming more in tune with my emotions and knowing
Mm-hmm.
that feeling my emotions is okay. I don't need to run from it. It doesn't mean that I'm weak. And I think before, because I had to be so strong with what life had thrown at me,
Mm-hmm.
I was scared to feel my emotions because I thought it meant weakness. But anyway, I got to see her get married, and that was really like such a beautiful union. And then having to witness a traditional wedding on your end as
Listen,
well.
man. Listen, man. I'm still recovering. It's the first time in my life I went to a wedding and get tired.
Yeah, because they
Like
had it two in one
I
day.
was up at not talking about your morning thing. I'm talking about my
Mm-hmm.
thing. I was up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to go to the location where all the groomsmen, meeting up. And then at what, like 9
Yeah.
a.m. we went to the venue where the traditional wedding was. And then we stayed there in the hot sun for a little bit. Then we had to go back, change, come back for the
White wedding.
white wedding.
Yeah.
And then by time by the time it got to like 10 o'clock, I was done. I was
Guys,
done.
that's Ghana son, eh?
Usually I'm the life of the party. Listen, me, I started the party and I couldn't finish.
But let me tell you this, I had to be the one to drag him off the dance floor because the shoes were off. Even though he was tired, he
Yeah,
was
man, I
still
took off my shoes. I was like, all right,
trying to
my shoes start to get uncomfortable now. Let me take them off. And that's just me. I don't like to see, people having fun and I'm not in it. I like to be in the
FOMO.
fun.
Get a FOMO
I
over
like to be in
here.
the fun. I want to be in it. And like I said, I started the vibe, so I wanted to make sure that I continue on with the vibe. But
Yeah.
it was good. It was an experience. I think it was the first time. The first time? I don't know if it's the first time I'm outside of Jamaica for Christmas. Or the second time.
I
Maybe when I was
feel
living in
like.
Austin, my brother was
Oh, were you? Were
I
you
think I
away?
probably I'm
I
not sure. I
don't
don't
think so.
think
I think
so.
you were always here for
Yeah, I don't think so. I
Christmas.
think I'm
Yeah.
always here for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So first time outside of Jamaica for Christmas and back in Ghana, definitely felt like home. Felt, apart from the tiredness and, late
Mm-hmm.
nights, it was awesome.
Right. I mean, it was always good for me to be home. I went down there to go and chop. So I ate, I put on weight. And guys, if you haven't noticed by now, I got a haircut, another life update. I've been wanting to cut my hair when I turned 30.
I think everybody know
But
that your haircut.
no, but anyone listening, this is
Everybody
new,
know.
okay? It's a new season, so I
Everybody
have to say,
knows
hey,
you get your haircut.
haircut, okay?
And you're just killing
And
the
I
internet.
went to Ghana, definitely came back like 5 pounds heavier, but absolutely no regrets because I ate all the fufu, I ate the banku, the kenke, the wache, anything, you name it, I chopped. All right. Another, I know
Chopper.
I've been getting a lot of like questions like, what am I doing now? Life update. I mean, life update for me in terms of modeling, that is like on pause for me right now. I think I want to be able to explore being 30 and not trying to worry about trying to fit into my size 2 clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a size 4, not that weight or anything matters. I also don't want to be just that my mind frame is just not there now. I have 2 toddlers at home. These are their formative years where I want to be a part of it. Like I want to be able to be there and instill certain values in them as men, I want to be able to, you might hate me for this, but I want to be able to have my sons be like, masculine men. I want to make them feel confident in who they
Mm-hmm.
are. And I need to be here. Where with modeling, if I'm modeling full time, I would have to be gone for like 2 months, a
Mm-hmm.
month,
And I
here,
would have to be a
there.
stay-at-home dad.
And yeah, it's just a lot when you have kids. And I also think that I'm grateful for the modeling platform because it's giving me the ability to be able to do things like this, ability to open up new doors. Like I can open up something that has to do with like giving girls knowledge about the industry if you're interested in getting in it, a scouting agency. There is so much I can do, and even I don't necessarily have to do things um in terms of modeling, could be outside of modeling as
Mm-hmm.
well as
But you're
well.
always modeling,
Why
babe.
can't I
You're
speak?
always modeling.
Yeah, like I have like some ambassadorship deals as
Mm-hmm.
well, so like there's different doors that are opening and it's okay to evolve. I know that a lot of people knew me as a model and will always like want to put me in that box of being a
Mm-hmm.
model. I mean, like you just said, I'll always be a model no matter what you do. I think it always kind of ends up tying into that aspect of it because I am good at what I did and what
Mm-hmm.
I do, because I'm not saying it's the end. But just right now, it's just like really exploring other aspects of life, other career paths. Wow, I cannot speak today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let me actually add
Sure,
that.
you chat too much, man.
No, let me also add that I have a sinus infection, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard.
To
My
speak.
jaw, I'm forcing the chatting right now. Like I'm really
Even though
forcing to
you're forced, you
speak.
still chat nothing, babe.
But, and I also want to enjoy my mom bod. Like I am
Mm.
getting a little assets, and I'm enjoying that. Wow, I could actually
Guys, she
have a
risky,
booty.
life risky right now, guys. She
Oh.
she took her to get her haircut, and then she just turn a new girl. I get a new girl. So it's problems. And
Guys,
then
he's loving it.
anniversary come up and
Oh
this
yeah,
lady put on her
let's talk about
dress and I'm like,
anniversary.
yo,
So we recently celebrated our
baby,
fifth
baby, baby.
anniversary. And my
Pause.
husband over here went above and beyond. Like I felt like that day, I felt like a queen. I felt like the most beautiful woman in the world. I felt like I was getting married again. He had this whole anniversary dinner planned. I didn't know. He had my friends fly in. He even down to the outfit I wore, down to the shoes I wore, the jewelry, everything. So
Hmm.
that is a man.
She was
So
like, when she had an idea that I was doing something, but she didn't know the extent. And,
mhm.
you know, um, and she was like, what am I going to wear? I'm like, don't worry about that. What am I going to do with this? Don't worry about that. So I made sure I had everything, planned, thanks to local,
Yes, yes.
Kerry for really stepping up, and the good thing I had her number,
Can you imagine? You would have
Yeah,
really
yeah.
struggled.
And I wanted to find some more numbers, but I couldn't remember names.
And if you know Asafa, you know that he's really bad at
Yeah,
like
man, I'm bad
remembering
with names,
names,
man.
but really good with faces.
Yeah. So I was trying to find some more names, but couldn't find them. But it was really good. I think it turned out the way that I really wanted it to, even though a few people were missing, but it still turned out the right way. And I mean, you've been talking about it for a while now, and sometimes Alicia think I don't listen,
I
but
think
I'm always
I
listening,
see you.
guys. I just take a longer time to the things, but I'm always listening, and sometimes, I like to pick the things that she don't think I will do and do those first. Where I think she mentioned, like, one time she was talking with her friend Eva and she was like, oh, I want to do something for my fifth
For
anniversary
my
or
or
my
our
10th anniversary. Eh?
for our
Yeah, you were talking to Eva. So it's not like you were talking to me, you're talking to Eva. So you said for your
uh-huh.
fifth anniversary or 10th anniversary, you want to make them special. And I heard and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna say anything. So I pick and choose what I want to do first. Everything is not gonna happen at the same time, or the time you want it to happen. But you know, patience is always the key. I know you're
And
still waiting on your honeymoon, but we've had many honeymoons.
And I think, to be
Mm-hmm.
fair, I think every woman, this is like a lesson to us that when we do think that our husbands are not listening,
Mm-hmm.
they are. And like you just said, why do I feel like I have to do this? Um, clearly this is a rookie move.
You feel nice.
No, I mean, I'm not used to being in front of the camera like that
Mm-hmm.
anymore. So I'm like talking
You're
like I
shy.
need to yeah. So patience in that as well, and knowing that they are listening when they
Mm-hmm.
pretend like they're not listening. But I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
thankful that you did that, even
Mm-hmm.
down to like just like the little details, everything. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to like lift a finger. Like honestly, I want to live in that moment and bask in that moment forever. So,
Mm-hmm. And if
you
you
know,
guys haven't seen that video, watch it on our YouTube channel.
the
The
Powells,
Powells,
yeah.
yeah, the video is there for an anniversary. And a lot more videos, so you can go watch, subscribe to our channel, you know, watch the Fast Lane Lifestyle, watch it on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, as
yeah,
long as you put in fasting life, so you have
yeah, you
access.
have access to everything. You know
Also,
what I mean? But
obviously, you
mhm,
know that we're also parents as well. So it's really cool. You know what I'm finding really cool as of lately, like our oldest son together that we have, Amik, he's now kind of like figuring out like
chatting too much.
who his dad is. And I think
Shut.
is the coolest thing because let me also say that I'm raising my kids to be very humble. I'm not raising them to be like privileged in any
Mm-hmm.
aspect of thinking, like, because I never engraved it in them that your dad is a Safa Powell. So, you are one step ahead or you're
Mm-hmm.
better than anyone or never that. My kids are very humble, but he's just now, like I said, at 4 years old, starting to understand who he is and the elements of like, my dad runs fast. And I just think it's the cutest thing when he sits there and he just watches this one video of his dad. What race was that?
Man, it annoys me with the
What race
video.
was that though?
It's Lausanne 2012, 2008,
Okay.
2008 or
Oh my
2012.
goodness. No, but that's
Lausanne.
you are beast mode.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
sits there and for a good 20 minutes, he will like watch that video
Mhm.
over and over and over. And then like I'll see him in the hallway, put on his little Sonic shoes, and he's like
Starting to
starting to run
run
like
like
he
want to
wants
run
to
like
run
daddy.
like daddy, and then he'll be showing
Mm-hmm.
off to everyone, my daddy's fast, look at my daddy run, like, and my
Mm-hmm.
daddy has big muscles, my daddy this, my daddy that, like we need to actually
Mm-hmm.
do a song with him, my
I'm
daddy, like
proud.
he's very proud.
It's
And
proud. My daddy muscles big. Daddy have big muscles.
and I
Uh,
think it's kind of like so cute when kids just starting to like
yeah.
notice and figure out who their parents are, understanding what their parents do for a living. It doesn't even have to be on the level of like
Mm-hmm.
an athlete, like even a doctor, working 9 to 5 at a bank, like anything being a business owner. I think it's like a proud moment to know that you've done something right. You're
Mm-hmm.
being impactful. You're on the right path of like knowing that your child will always be inspired to
Mm-hmm.
be either a better version of you or a better version of like whatever they choose to
Mm-hmm.
be, whatever career path. So,
And you have to just be careful. I know a lot of parents don't care, but you have to be careful what you say around the kids
oh gosh,
because like I like to run jokes. A lot of people won't know this, but I'm just naturally a joker. So when I'm around the house, I'm always messing with Alyshia. I'm always messing with her mommy, and stuff. And even when we're working out in the mornings, I'm always making jokes and
mm-hmm.
making people uncomfortable with my jokes and all
Life
that
lesson for
stuff. And
you.
yeah, and then like some of the things I say, I hear Amik repeat, like he'll repeat right away. So I'm like, you definitely have to be careful
Yeah,
what you say around the kids. Luckily, what I was saying is nothing, to cause
bad,
any
but
harm or bad, but just to show that kids listen.
yeah.
Sometimes you're in the car and you're playing some music, and like the music might be a little bit too raw.
Mm-mm.
And they're just in the car minding their business, acting like they're not listening to anything, but they are listening
Yeah, they
to
are. They're sponges
everything.
right now. They are
Yeah.
listening.
The other day I was driving and I heard like I wasn't playing nothing at all in the car. The car was completely silent. Me and the boys in the car. I think I was going to the pharmacy,
Mm-hmm.
and I just hear Amik start singing the national anthem. The man sang that national anthem all the way to the pharmacy. Like he was just singing the national
Oh,
anthem. I'm
goodness.
like, what a weird thing to do.
Like, where did this come
Yeah.
from?
So
Yeah.
probably even at school, they're probably getting him to sing, trying to get him to sing the
And he
national
won't
anthem.
sing
And
because
it's
that's
like,
his personality.
yeah. But when he's ready,
Yeah.
trust me, everything, that man is like a sponge. His brain is like a
Kids
sponge.
at that age know they are.
Yeah.
And it takes me to like growing up in Ghana, like the West African culture, the Ghanaian culture. I understand why when adults are having conversation, they don't have the kids
You don't have the kids around.
because
You
they
listen.
want to be able to, not only do they listen, there's certain conversations at 4 you don't need to hear because you don't understand what you're hearing. You're going to go and repeat it, right? Or it gets stuck in your head. So they want to be able to protect your innocence. So like you see, as soon as adults are together, you know that the kids have to go here. And it's not in a sense of like dictatorship or like saying that, kids can't be around, but it makes sense now that I'm like a mom with like kids. It makes sense that at 4 or like at 6, I'm just protecting each stage that they're growing up and allowing them to enjoy being children. Because why are we rushing the process of like becoming an adult? No matter what, we're gonna get there. Like I said, I'm not running down any age. Eventually, we're all gonna be 60, 80. Like, no, it's true, right? No.
Wow, why have to go there?
Let me have my kids and let me be self-aware that I need to allow them to be children. So I really I was like, okay, I'm grateful I grew up in that type of environment where kids shouldn't be around when we're about to have like a serious conversation because like they could be playing around us and you're thinking they're not listening. And they are. So some might say that's old school, but I look at it in a sense of I want to protect their innocence. Because you can get caught up in your adult conversation and forget that, Kwame and Tom are right there playing, and Kwame and Tom are listening.
And people have this thing they're always talking about old school. A lot of old school stuff are a bit too old school for real.
Right.
But trust me, most of the old school teachings and all that stuff is just the right thing. It keeps you grounded, keeps you on the right path. I mean, you just have to work off it,
I mean, why can't we be traditional and mix a little bit of like modernization? But guess what? Tradition always be around because that's like the core values of like who you are. But you can add a little modernization because you need to accept and be open-minded as times change. Yeah. But like certain core values you need, right?
You
so
that's
the way I view it, and that's the way we're raising our 2 sons. That's
and
my
keep
household.
A lot of things outside of school. There are a lot of things that don't need to be in school. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's for adults. It's for adults.
And toddlers are snitches. Yeah. Like the other day, okay, so obviously, I'm sick, not well. I raised my arms like this, and obviously my arms had a little hair. What is that? Like, are you rude? What do you mean? What is that? Like, please allow me. It's an everyday hot girl.
Yeah, the end of the armpit. I didn't see that.
And Azaf, it was like some stubble. Azaf is looking like, no, what is that?
Yeah, anything Ami do.
Oh my
Azaf
goodness.
is going to repeat it. So if Ami can embarrass you, Azaf is going to embarrass you.
It be your own kids. Like, whose car is that? Why is that not your car? That's not this, like, embarrassing.
Crazy. But, this is just, us, reintroducing ourselves, back on this platform.
Yeah.
On the podcast platform. And we're planning to take it to another level, this year. We plan to have a lot more guests, on the platform.
We just plan to just get deep, be vulnerable, spread positivity, love, and just reason with each other and learning. You know what I'm just learning too? Learning to
lean on Jesus.
That too. That part, preach. learning that you might not respect someone's way of thinking, but being open-minded to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, listen.
listening
Listen.
to understand and not being, not being judgmental. We might have to take it there, because I'm just finding that so many people will say, I'm open-minded and like, I believe in God and I'm a Christian, all of that, but those be the same people that are very judgmental. And if you really read the Bible to understand, a lot of God's disciples were very imperfect people, right? So in society, just give people a chance, don't just condemn them very quickly like that. So yeah, my jaw is like starting to hurt a little. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
we had
it's
to,
like
we had to.
weights.
Yeah, she had to struggle, even though she don't look it. I don't know. Alyshia
My face a little bit swollen.
managed to not look sick or anything or whatever it is.
Thank God for some concealer.
Through bad times, you don't know, because she just always look flawless.
Thanks, babe. Thank God for concealer.
Big up yourself.
Thank God for some mousse.
Big up yourself and big up your New Year style. She just want to look like me. Just want to look like me with the bald head and the little
Where's
cut.
the hair?
I understand.
Guys,
I understand.
he's
They say
bald. Where's the hair?
when you're with somebody for a while, they start look like each other. So I understand you're trying to look like me. Don't worry about it, baby.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, we have a lot more in store for you guys for this year, for 2024. So stay tuned. We'll be dropping videos left, right, and center. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in another episode. Big up yourself.